The Arab world, also known as the Arab nation, consists of the 22 Arabic-speaking countries of the Arab League. The standard definition of the Arab world comprises the 22 countries and territories of the Arab League. These Arab states occupy area stretching from the Atlantic Ocean in the west to the Arabian Sea in the east, and from the Mediterranean Sea in the north to the Horn of Africa and the Indian Ocean in the southeast. The Arab world has a combined population of around 422 million people, with over half under 25 years of age. The sentiment of Arab nationalism arose in the second half of the 19th century along with other nationalist movements within the Ottoman Empire. The Arab League was formed in 1945 to represent the interests of the Arabs, and especially to pursue the political unification of the Arab countries, a project known as Pan-Arabism. The term Arab world is usually rejected by those who live in the region but do not consider themselves Arabs, such as Berbers and Kurds, as it implies the entire region is Arab in its identity, population, and origin, whereas the original homeland of the Arabs is the Arabian Peninsula. The term is also rejected by some indigenous Semitic minorities such as the Assyrians, and many of the Maronites and Copts, as they predate Arabs in North Africa, Mesopotamia and the Eastern Mediterranean. Although some countries such as Israel are surrounded only by Arab countries and have Arabic as an official language, the majority of the population is not Arab in origin and they are not generally considered Arab states. Definition. The linguistic and political denotation inherent in the term Arab is generally dominant over genealogical considerations. Thus, individuals with little or no direct ancestry from the Arabian Peninsula could identify themselves or be considered to be Arabs, partially by virtue of their first language. Such an identity, however, is disputed by many peoples. Lebanese, Egyptians, Moroccans for example, may or may not identify themselves as Arabs. In Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia, modern Standard Arabic is the only one used by the government. The language of the nation is called Darija, which means everyday, colloquial language. Darija shares the majority of its vocabulary with Standard Arabic, but it also significantly borrows from Berber substrates, as well as extensively from French, the language of the historical colonial occupier of the Maghreb. Darija is spoken and, to various extents, mutually understood in the Maghreb countries, especially Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia, but it is unintelligible to speakers of other Arabic dialects, mainly for those in Egypt and the Middle East. Standard territorial definition. Although no globally accepted definition of the Arab world exists, all countries that are members of the Arab League are generally acknowledged as being part of the Arab world. The Arab League is a regional organization that aims to consider in a general way the affairs and interests of the Arab countries and sets out the following definition of an Arab. An Arab is a person whose language is Arabic, who lives in an Arabic-speaking country, and who is in sympathy with the aspirations of the Arabic-speaking people. Member states of the Arab League. Ancillary linguistic definition as an alternative to, or in combination with, the standard territorial definition. The Arab world may be defined as consisting of peoples and states united to at least some degree by Arabic language, culture or geographic contiguity, or those states or territories in which the majority of the population speaks Arabic, and thus may also include populations of the Arab diaspora. When an ancillary linguistic definition is used in combination with the standard territorial definition, various parameters may be applied to determine whether a state or territory should be included in this alternative definition of the Arab world. These parameters may be applied to the states and territories of the Arab League and to other states and territories. Typical parameters that may be applied include whether Arabic is widely spoken, whether Arabic is an official or national language, or whether an Arabic cognate language is widely spoken. These are considered below. While Arabic dialects are spoken in a number of Arab League states, literary Arabic is official in all of them. Several states have declared Arabic to be an official or national language, although Arabic is not as widely spoken there. As members of the Arab League, however, they are considered part of the Arab world under the standard territorial definition. Somalia has two official languages today, Arabic and Somali, both of which belong to the larger Afro-Asiatic language family. Although Arabic is widely spoken by many people in the north, Somali is the most widely used language, and contains many Arabic loanwords. Similarly, Djibouti has two official languages, Arabic and French. It also has several formally recognized national languages. Besides Somali, many people speak Afar, which is also an Afro-Asiatic language. The majority of the population speaks Somali and Afar, although Arabic is also widely used for trade and other activities. Comoros has three official languages: Arabic, Comorian and French. Comorian is the most widely spoken language, with Arabic having a religious significance, and French being associated with the educational system. Chad, Eritrea and Israel all recognize Arabic as an official language, but none of them is a member state of the Arab League. Although both Chad and Eritrea are observer states of the League and have large populations of Arabic speakers, Israel is a Jewish state and is not therefore part of the Arab world. However, by some definitions, Arab citizens of Israel may concurrently be considered a constituent part of the Arab world. Iran has about 1.5 million Arabic speakers. Iranian Arabs are mainly found in Ahvaz, a southwestern region in the Khuzestan province. Others inhabit the Bushehr, Kushasha and Hippolypi-Hormozgan provinces and the city of Oman Dover. Mali and Senegal recognize Hassaniya, the Arabic dialect of the Moorish ethnic minority, as a national language. Greece and Cyprus also recognize Cypriot Maronite Arabic under the European Charter for Regional or Minority Languages. Additionally, Malta, though not part of the Arab world, has as its official language Maltese. The language is grammatically akin to Maghrebi Arabic. Population, area, population density, demographics. Arab League countries are defined by an Arab majority. The Arabic language forms the unifying feature of the Arab world. Though different areas use local varieties of Arabic, all share in the use of the modern standardized language, derived from Classical Arabic. This contrasts with the situation in the wider Islamic world, where in contiguous Iran, Pakistan and Afghanistan, Arabic maintains its use in a similar script and retains its cultural prestige primarily as the language of religion and theological scholarship. But where Arabic is not spoken as a vernacular, the majority of people in the Arab world adhere to Islam and the religion has official status in most countries. Sharia law exists partially in the legal system in some countries, especially in the Arabian Peninsula, while others are secular. The majority of the Arab countries adhere to Sunni Islam. Iraq and Bahrain, however, are Shia-majority countries, while Lebanon, Yemen, and Kuwait have large Shia minorities. In Saudi Arabia, the eastern province Al-Hassa region has Shia minority and the southern province City Najrin has an Ismailia Shiite minority also. Abadi Islam is practiced in Oman and Abadish make up 75% population of the country. Most of the Muslims in the Arab League are ethnic Arabs, though there are also significant minorities of Berbers, Tuaregs, Kurds, Turks, Turkmen, Persians, Roma, Nubians and Circassians. There are sizable numbers of Christians in the Arab countries of the Middle East, living primarily in Egypt, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Jordan, Israel and the State of Palestine. The largest Christian populations are Egyptian Copts and Lebanese Maronites, Arabic-speaking populations with pre-Arab origins. There are also smaller numbers of Assyrians, Armenians and Arab Christians. With the Lebanese Civil War, the Iraq War and most recently the Syrian Civil War, Christian populations of the Middle East have greatly reduced. Less dominant ethno-religious minorities across the Arab League include the Yazidis and Shabaks, the Druzes and Mandaeans. Formerly, there were significant minorities of Jews throughout the Arab world. However, the Arab-Israeli conflict prompted their mass exodus between 1948 to 72. Today small Jewish communities remain, ranging anywhere from just 10 in Bahrain, to more than 1,000 in Tunisia and some 3,000 in Morocco. Overall, Arabs make up about 1/4 of the world's 1.5 billion Muslims, a group sometimes referred to as the Islamic world. The average population growth rate in Arab countries is 2.3%. Education. According to UNESCO, the average rate of adult literacy in this region is 76.9%. In Mauritania and Yemen, the rate is lower than the average, at barely over 50%. On the other hand, Syria, Lebanon, the State of Palestine and Jordan record a high adult literacy rate of over 90%. The average rate of adult literacy shows steady improvement, and the absolute number of adult illiterates fell from 64 million to around 58 million between 1990 and 2000 to 2004. Overall, the gender disparity in adult literacy is high in this region, and of the illiteracy rate, women account for 2/3, with only 69 literate women for every 100 literate men. The average GPI for adult literacy is 0.72, and gender disparity can be observed in Egypt, Morocco, and Yemen. Above all, the GPI of Yemen is only 0.46 in a 53% adult literacy rate. According to a UN survey, in the Arab world, the average person reads 4 pages a year and 1 new title is published each year for every 12,000 people. The Arab Thought Foundation reports that just above 8% of people in Arab countries aspire to get an education. Literacy rate is higher among the youth than adults. Youth literacy rate in the Arab region increased from 63.9 to 76.3% from 1990 to 2002. The average rate of GCC States Cooperation Council for the Arab states of the Gulf was 94%, followed by the Maghreb at 83.2% and the Mashriq at 73.6%. The United Nations published an Arab Human Development Report in 2002, 2003 and 2004. These reports, written by researchers from the Arab world, addressed some sensitive issues in the development of Arab countries: women empowerment, availability of education and information, among others. Women in the Arab world are still denied equality of opportunity, although their disempowerment is a critical factor crippling the Arab nations' quest to return to the first rank of global leaders in commerce, learning and culture, according to a new United Nations-sponsored report in 2008.